Now you in the zone. Sit up on a hill. See what's going on. See what's going on.
And we are finally back. Welcome, everyone. Happy New Year. We are in 2025. I am your girl, Liza. Miss Consistency, as usual. I'm here, always here. But you are tuned into the Woo 508 on Unity Radio 97.9 FM. And today we have a very special show with a very special guest. But before we get into that, we're going to jump into the number 3 song, which is Bundle by Bundle by Burna Boy. Woo! Let's go! And we are back. And that was the number 3 song, Bundle by Burna Boy. And I am your girl, Liza. You are tuned into the Woo 508 on Unity Radio 97.9 FM, Worcester's Community Connection. Okay, guys, it's been a long while. The Woo 508 is finally back. I know you have missed us, but we are back with a very special treat. We have a very special guest, and I want to say this is Worcester's own. This is the very first time we've had a very special guest coming out of Worcester, and I'm going to actually allow him to introduce himself.
I'm KGunna, a.k.a. KG. I'm an artist out of Worcester, Massachusetts, 18, coming from the south side.
Welcome, KGunna. So, KGunna, we finally have you here. And I know that you've been kind of like bubbling recently, especially on social media. You've been putting out music. You've been trying to pick up traction. But give the listeners and the people and the fans a little backstory on you. Where do you come from? I know you said Worcester, South Side, right? But give us a little more. What was it like growing up out here for you?
Honestly, it was like me having an influence from the older people around me. I didn't get to hang around kids my age. I didn't feel comfortable at home, so I would go to the streets so I can do whatever I want to. Ain't nobody gonna tell me nothing. Honestly, those was my people. Those are the people who made me feel like they understood me, rather than me being at home dealing with the trauma going through with my parents, just having to sit there and deal with it, just overcome the storm, and just make other people feel my pain. That was my motive at the time, being young.
So for you, okay, so that's how you came into music. Do you remember what age you really became interested in music?
I love music, like, since probably, like, age of 2.
Wow.
Like, ever since then, like, I see videos. My mom was telling me I'll be a baby sitting there dancing. Like, I just love dancing to the music. But the biggest thing getting me into the music was when my parents would go through it in the crib, I'll turn the music up. I'll go in my room, close the door, turn the music up as loud as I can, just so I can block it out. Mm-hmm. When I hear other people, like, talking that pain and I feel it, I'll sit there and be like, I could have said that. I wanted that to be me. And I wanted other people to feel the way that people made me feel through their music.
So for you, since you were so into music at such an early age, the age of 2, who were some of the artists that maybe your parents were listening to or the adults around you were listening to that you kind of attracted you to their sound?
Yeah. My mom was a Biggie fan. My pops was a Tupac fan.
Oh, wow.
So,
what was that like?
It was definitely conflict there for sure. She loved Jay-Z, so I hear that going up throughout the house a lot.
I love Jay-Z too,
like,
yeah.
He's a storyteller, and I can relate to that too. So just like in the beats back then, like the way that you can dance to music, you can't really do that too much nowadays.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to bring that back.
It's interesting that you say that, KG. So when you say like the dance part and how it's a little different now, that makes me think or believe that you really study music, right? So what actually catches you with a song when you first hear it? Is it the lyrics, the words to it, or is it actually the beat of the song?
Nah, the beat be the first thing.
Really?
I won't even hear it drop. Honestly, if it's a good sample, like the first 2 seconds, and I'll nod my head, I'm into it for the rest of the beat.
Wow. So does it matter what the lyrics are saying, or is it more about the sound?
Nah, the lyrics definitely do matter, because like you can make something out of nothing a lot of the times, but like you just put in a whole bunch of words together, you're not really saying nothing, and people can't relate to it. They just gonna dismiss it. Nobody gonna want to hear what you're saying. So like, but if you really putting pain out there, people can tell that you mean it. You saying it like you mean it. They just gonna want to listen and feel every bar that you putting out.
Yeah. So tell me about what was it like, or at what age do you remember creating your first actual song? Like really sitting down and saying, I'm going to take this serious, and now I'm going to actually try and create something that I can call a real product.
No, I was 13.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the song?
No, I don't remember it off the top of my head, but I know like the process of me making it. And when I called my uncle, actually, that was one of my influences, like growing up in the music game. I called him and I showed him my song. I was always scared to show people that I was rapping because I was worried about what they would think. It was always something I did on the low, or I just go freestyle in the bathroom or something like that. But when I called him, I showed it to him. They're like, "Nah, he's talented."
Really?
Then we gonna put him on. But that's how I went. And ever since people started showing me love, like, yeah, you got it, I felt more comfortable doing it. And I just kept getting into it and just making music more and more. I write every day.
Wow. So initially you were a little hesitant to let people know that you had this music talent.
Yeah, for sure.
Because of people's thoughts and the criticism. How is it now? Do you still receive like constructive criticism?
Yeah, and I love it. Honestly, I love the constructive criticism, but because it be from the people closest to me sometimes. Yeah. And like, people can sit around in the studio session and they'll be like, "Nah, this is hard. Everybody gonna listen to it and bump to it." But I feel like it's more that I can do. That's why like I'm not too big on dropping my album yet. It's coming soon. Trust me, the album's coming real soon. But I've been working on it just so I can perfect it.
I like the fact that you say that you can take the constructive criticism and it kind of feeds you, it drives you, because a lot of people might take that as like a negative and maybe kind of react to it in a negative way. If people were to ask you, what do you consider your sound of music, or do you have a particular sound?
I like melodic trap, for sure. That's one of my favorite sounds.
Melodic trap. Explain that a little bit.
It's like I speak like, I do melodies on the beat, but it's most of the time trap beats. Like fast paced, like I be a good tempo, but I can be versatile with it, whether I'm singing or just rapping. Like I just like mixing everything together. And honestly, that's what I feel like the meaning of hip hop is: being hip to one thing and hopping on to the next, and putting them both together to create something new.
Wow. Okay, so KG, you create this song at 13 years old, and your uncle, and what's your uncle's name?
Goes by GUNNA. He's actually an artist in the city.
Shout out GUNNA. And your uncle says, "Kid, you got it. This is it. You need to keep going." What comes next for you?
At the time, I was still too focused in the streets and like still getting my message out there. Like I honestly felt like I wasn't really caring too much. Like, yeah, people and sit there and do that. It's the same thing as me just being in lockup. Like, nobody else in the world is going to hear your music, just the people in lockup. It's not getting nowhere, but everybody going to nod their head. You're not putting in no work to get it out there, though. And that's what I felt like I still had to do more. Yeah. Like, yeah, I was doing this and that, but I wanted to talk about what I was actually doing.
Oh, okay. And so, in terms of what you were actually doing, so maybe you were doing things maybe outside of music, maybe getting in a little bit of trouble, finding yourself in certain situations. Can you speak to the listeners about that without going into too much detail, but give us a little history of what it was like for you running in the streets before you started focusing on the music?
I just went buck wild. No cap. Like, y'all seen how Ja Morant was? Like, nobody can guard him. Yeah, that was me.
Did you ever feel at some point that maybe you had to find a way to kind of dial that back or turn it down to really take the music thing serious so that people would actually take you as a serious musician as opposed to maybe just like a street kid that's kind of doing music on the side?
Yeah, most definitely. Like, you get to a time where you realize it's not worth it. And it took for me to actually go through the worst and for me to get taken away from my family, locked up, and like for it to rain on me, to see that I gotta chill out and put all this extra stuff aside and then actually focus on my craft and what I'm doing. Cause me doing all this running around, being with the wrong crowd, hanging with the wrong people, it's not getting me nowhere. I can't focus on what I really want to do and be me. What I want to do is make music and put it out there and be successful. But it's like, not everybody want to see you do that.
How hard is it for you to try and stay focused on the music without being pulled back into like the negative stuff? Because you're still young, so I can imagine you still have people around you. You still have friends that you came up with that are probably still heavily involved. How hard is it for you? Because you really kind of have to figure out how to balance it in order to take this music thing to that next level. So how hard is it for you to have to separate yourself from certain people maybe?
I want to say it's hard, but it's really as hard as you make it. That's it. Like, once you can tell yourself and you tell yourself, I'm in control of my body, ain't nobody else is, and I do what I want to do. Nobody gonna make you go out and chill with this person or the next and just walk outside your house and do something crazy. Like, you gotta control your mind. It ain't gonna control you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does get hard because the devil's always trying to bring you down. He's always trying to drag at you. And like, honestly, it's way easier to do bad than to do good. So much distractions. Like, you just get pulled towards the negative stuff all the time. That'd be the hardest part.
That is definitely the hardest. Who are some of the people in your life that maybe are feeding you that positive energy, pushing you up, uplifting you, making sure you stay on the right path?
My people I got with me over here, for sure. My sister, she's definitely my biggest fan. I got a sister 2 years younger than me. She's always pushing me, like, just text me out of nowhere, out the blue, and tell me just like, I love you. Just make sure that you stay focused. Like, same thing I'm telling y'all. Don't feed into the distractions.
Yeah.
And she loves my music. Like, I can't even come see her at the crib. She'll put on the beat, just be freestyling. Like, honestly, that's how I learned how to get better with it too. Just point that something around the room, or just say a word, and I gotta keep on going.
I love that. What was the one song that you feel as though was the one that actually put the eyes on you, where people started to really focus and say, oh, wow, this kid is really actually good?
It was my first single, like the first video I dropped about 2 years ago, Lost Time. I came home, I was doing DOS time, and then as soon as I came home, I dropped the video, like literally less than a month after I touched down. So everybody was already looking at me, watching to see what I was going to do. And like, they knew I had the talent, but I never really put music out there, so I was just scared to drop. Probably got like 200 songs in the vault, and I got like 4 or 5 videos out here.
And so you're just holding on to all of that music, really. But now is your time, and you're ready to start putting it out.
It's a new year. We just got to go crazy. Just keep on, foot on the gas, don't stop.
Yeah. So, KG, do you have a team that you work with in terms of, like, putting everything together, like the producing the music, putting it out, the videos, your social media? How does that work?
Definitely just more GUNNA Gang music.
Okay.
Going together. We got a couple artists who've been going strong for
Shout out GUNNA Gang music.
You already know that. But yeah, just making sure everybody stays focused and on the right path. I felt like we gonna go far with it too.
How did GUNNA Gang music come together?
This was before my time. Like, this is really before my time, but it's a family thing. So like, we been real close, but it's my uncles. It's just main South Gunners. Can't say too much on that, the background of it, but yeah, it's like the music group. Everybody's working and going hard.
Yeah, those who know. Nice. All right, so tell me about your process of creating music. Like, are you someone who hears the beat and you just begin to freestyle? Do you sit down and you write out the lyrics? Like, how does it go for you?
I hear beat, but yeah, like I'm always writing whenever I can. Whenever I get a chance to, I'm always writing. But like, I hear something I like or a song, and I'll be like, all right, I want to remix this. So I just throw on beats. I'll listen to them for like 30 seconds, write the first 2 bars, and then I'll turn the beat off. Finish the rest of the song without the beat, and then play it and come back and be like, nah, if I messed up or I can't switch my flow right here, like, all right, I'm going to go fix it. But honestly, all I got to hear is the first 30 seconds because I can memorize the whole process. You know what I'm saying? I know how many drops it is. I know how many bars I have to do to fill the hook in the verse. All that is dead. I just need silence now so I can focus.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's just automatic for you?
It takes me like 15, 20 minutes to finish the song. That's my witness right there.
Nice. I believe it. So we're going to jump into the number 2 song, and we're going to get right back with KG. But the number 2 song we're going to get into it is Goddamn by Gunna.
On it up the G, goddamn. I don't get no rest, goddamn.
I am your girl Liza, and you are tuned into the Woo 508 on Unity Radio 97.9 FM. And we are back with our very special guest, KGunna, in the building. And we're going to jump right back into our conversation. So, KG, I just wanted to ask you, we're getting ready to play your song, your newest song, 2 a.m. Tell the listeners about 2 a.m. What was the concept behind it? How did it come about? What is the feeling of it?
I was in a shell when I wrote that song. I didn't have a beat at all. Honestly, so I came up with the melody and like all that by myself, sitting there just thinking off the top of my head. Actually, it was my mother's birthday that just passed, so I was in my feelings.
Wow.
And honestly, the song's about my best friend Devonair, who had passed away. But I started off like with the hook, just everything else in his word, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just seeing stuff with how it is. That's the message I wanted to put out and saying, just like we celebrate Juneteenth inside of the system, but honestly, like we still modern day slaves, and that's the way that I see it. They put us in chains. We go to prison, they tell us exactly what to do. When we go to sleep, when I can shower, when I can eat, stuff like that. And people don't really talk about that. I feel like people's too scared to explain how they feel when they doing their music.
Yeah.
Everybody rather just speak on what they doing wrong, rather than
Yeah.
how we can help better the community and fix everything. So honestly, I just wanted to put that message out there. And like it was 2 a.m. when I lost my brother, and I was actually
Wow.
outside at 2 a.m. So
Wow.
I just had to keep it real.
Yeah, yeah. So for you, the music is really like a way to process your feelings, your emotions. Does it help keep you calm, or
Yeah.
does it rile you up? Because
It does
sometimes,
everything.
okay,
Like honestly, it does everything to me. Sometimes I'll play a song just so I can cry. Like I'll
Mm.
make myself cry on purpose and be like, why did I do that? Like, and
is it to let the emotions out though? Do you feel
Yeah.
like you hold in the tears a lot? So maybe sometimes that's the best way to release it. Well, God gives us tears for a reason, so we have to use them, right? They can't just sit there. But I feel like sometimes in your music, you can hear the pain, you can hear the struggle, and you can hear the hurt. Is that on purpose? Do you do that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
most definitely. Like I feel like the emotion's the best part. Like I said, if people can't relate to something, they gonna dismiss it. So I honestly try to put out stuff people can relate to.
Yeah. What was it like losing a friend so close to you at such a young age?
Still can't even tell you what it's like, cause I'm still grieving. Honestly, like I'm trying to deal with my emotions to this day, but I'm cool. Okay.
The best way maybe to honor him too is to keep that music going and to push it to limits maybe that neither of you even thought you could go, right? Because the sky should be the limit. And like you said, a lot of the things that we as people go through, we don't really talk about it as much. So sometimes it's good to hear it in the song. But I'm really like, and I told you this before, KG, I'm just really impressed at the attitude that you have at such a young age and your thought process and how you deal with certain things, because I know that you've been through a lot more than we've explained on the show, and maybe still continuing to go through some of those things. How are you planning to focus and to get your music to that next level outside of just this New England area?
Just doing shows and traveling, getting out of here, like expanding, doing more songs with artists from other states. Just pushing my music, promoting it as much as I can. That's like where I lack in the most, is promoting my music. I feel like I don't do that enough.
Yeah.
Well, I just like need to get some more experience, but I've been getting better at it, and I'm working every day.
Good. And with 2 a.m., do you have a video for that?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you working on that?
Yeah, the video's coming real soon.
Tell some of the listeners about some of the videos that you do have out and the other songs that they might want to tap into.
So first, I want to mention I got the album Forever 17 dropping February 12th, 2025. That'll be next month, so it's coming out real soon. I got some videos on my page. Y'all can reach me at KGunna on Apple Music, YouTube, Spotify, wherever, SoundCloud, anything. And I got a couple music videos up on there for y'all to watch and tune into. Many more on the way, trust me. Got some shows going on, so if you're still in the city of Worcester, shout out to Woo 508 show. We got a show coming February 8th, so if you want to let me know, y'all can reach me on Instagram at TheRealKG_333.
Nice. So what do you plan on doing when you actually become super duper big?
I want to start a record label.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot of talent that don't get recognized. Especially, like, for instance, I feel like that was one of my biggest problems. I got so much talent, I feel like people ain't recognized. So I want to do that and sign a bunch of the artists who I feel like really got it. Because the way that the industry is going right now, they just making whatever famous. And
Yeah. Why do you think it's so difficult, especially, KG, you brought up a good point. Why do you think it's so difficult, especially for people from this particular area, to become or extend beyond where we are?
Either everybody's doing the same thing or everybody's not working together.
I think I might agree with that second half. I feel like, do you think it's difficult to get people to work together, especially in terms of music, especially when they're all from the same area? Like, how much do artists from Worcester collaborate with artists from Boston or Springfield or Lowell or Lawrence, right?
Yeah,
How does that work?
Rarely, honestly. I've been trying to, like, connect with artists from everywhere lately. But people in Worcester in the city, it's honestly mostly, hey, everybody's trying to get up and get to one point, but we like crabs in a barrel. We just, like, you feel me, pulling each other down instead of helping each other climb out. Like, it's so much things that we can do together if we all unite, but ain't nobody trying to do that. And honestly, nobody want to be around, like you said, anybody that's lazy. You can't.
For sure.
Like, if you're not putting in the same work as me, I have no reason to sit here and be around you. You just dragging me down.
I agree with you. I feel like you are definitely a talent from this city that needs to get spotlighted. And I do also feel like there are so many others out here, too, that have a particular talent. whether it's just, rappers or singers, dancers, videographers, people that could come together and build like a strong team to maybe help push your label or Gunna Gang music, or just push people so that we have the backing behind them. So I'm hoping, along with the Woo 508, that we can start to do some more of those things in the city. How about, what would you say is something that people who may think they know you don't really know about you? What would be the one thing you would say that people don't really know about you?
I love reading.
I like that.
I love to read. I'm not going to lie. I'm really just a chill guy.
Really?
I feel like people have their own opinion because of things they hear about me, but I'm just a chill guy, honestly.
I like that. Just a chill guy. Chill guy KG. You want to intro that song for us, 2 a.m.?
Got you. Like I said, everybody, I'm KGunna, a.k.a. KG from Worcester, Massachusetts. This is my song, 2 a.m., and I hope y'all like it.
Whoop! Let's go, 2 a.m.
Damn it, Sly, listen.
Yeah. No, no, no. No, 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 no. To be fake is to pretend is make believe. No more people got misled, and what I'm saying is misconceived. In the system we all slaves, so why we celebrate Juneteenth? They throw parades after our death like we wanna hang in front of them trees. We couldn't be seen as being abused, so that's why they came up with sleeves. Scars across my arms and back is all I need. I never had no priest, no who won't practice what he preached. But a quiet, a higher power gave me strength when I was weak. You see my mama, all I need. Come on, faith and firepower. I went shot at every lease. Think he thirsty, get on water. He been stopping for a week. He put his goofy on and pray. He take it off after the bleach. No, 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 no.
Woo! 2 a.m. What are you doing at 2 a.m.? You need to be listening to KGunna 2 a.m. from here on out. That was our guy, KGunna, with 2 a.m. And if you haven't checked him out, make sure you go check him out. Make sure you check out his music. He's an amazing artist coming out of Worcester, Massachusetts. Worcester, stand up. We got a winner. KG, let people know, again, where they can find you, where they can hear your music, follow you, all that good stuff.
Y'all can find me on Instagram at TheRealKG333. Find me on YouTube at KGunna, Apple Music, Spotify, all that, SoundCloud. Make sure that y'all tune in. My Snapchat is DMGKG.9. I post snippets on there all the time, so y'all want to get up with me. Make sure that y'all tune in. I'm doing features for the low right now, so jump on that as soon as possible. Make sure that you go tap in them on Instagram right now.
Whoop! And we're out, baby. Thank you for tuning in. Check him out again all week, 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. Listen to the Woo 508. We're here. Whoop!
Finna feel me again. Roll me a bone. Step into the Woo 508. Now you in the zone. Chill up on the hill. See what's going on. See what's going on.